What if I told you this one video could answer the toughest questions farmers, agri-investors and beginners are asking? In this video, I'm going to be sharing expert answers from experienced farmers, both in the greenhouse and the open field. The crops that are going to be covered in this video are tomatoes, Habanero pepper, garden egg, Turia and sweet potato. Welcome to Africa, Ghana, and this is Volta region, Monflex Trust Farm. And of course, Charlie, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I love you so much for always supporting.
For the greenhouse, it starts from here. You know, for you to cultivate any plant, a plant that has seeds and that needs to be nursed, you start from the nursery. So our nursery is down there, but because we plant in soilless, we plant in something that is not soil, cocoa beets and others. You have to make sure we prepare everything here. So this is where we do our nursery. We fill our nursery trays here. We do the seeding, and we have our greenhouse manager, greenhouse supervisor, who if in case you want him to maybe go through the whole process with you, he will lead you in how they do it here. And this is where the nursery starts. Okay. So we have something called cocoa pit. And
cocoa pit.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it made of?
So it's made of coconut fiber that has the husk. They mill it and treat it very well before they bring it here. So what we do here is, you can see the tanks there.
Yes.
We fill them in that tank and we flash with much water to reduce the acidic content. So we call something pH. Okay. So we have from 7.0 to 7.5. So if we get that range, meaning it's okay. But that's what we do.
All right. So from here, okay. Oh, cocoa pit is in Ghana. Yes. Okay, Patrick, let's go. Okay. To the next stage.
Same you can see the seed tray there.
Let's get closer. Let's get closer to this.
It is our seed tray. Okay, seed tray. Call it a tray. So we fill the cocoa pit in them like this. Okay. We have an expert, that's the farmer who does that for us. Okay. And you compress it so that in case you are watering, you not be splashing, so that the seed should not come out. Okay, so we do it like this, very well. We compress it very well, and we insert the seed. So
Please,
if this,
what seed is this?
This one is pepper.
Which pepper? Chili.
Pepper, yeah.
And it's pink.
Yeah,
Treated.
it's coated. Yeah.
Okay.
These are treated.
Treated one.
Please, this white, is it a pecola? What is the white inside you?
No, it's a sack.
Is there any other substance in the cocoa pit, like manure or anything, or it's just raw?
Just raw.
Okay.
All right.
So what you do is like this, and you need, if you are inserting the seed, it should not go too deep, because if it goes too deep, the germination will be very hard. Okay, it will not germinate very well. So we just do it like this, something small.
Okay.
And we just put the seed on this like this, and just
You cover it.
like this.
One into the hole.
Yeah, one per hole. Okay. So we call this one cells.
Okay.
This one is cells. So we put one per cell. Okay. After that, we water it and send it to our nursery.
Okay. So you water them here before you move
Send it
all
to
of them
our-
to the nursery.
Yes.
Okay.
Send it to
Okay.
them. So
In
that's
each
what-
seed tray, how many these things do we have?
Okay, some of them we have 128, some of them we have 50, and some of them we have 75.
Okay.
So this one I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 50. This one is the
This is 50.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
And we have 120. That's the small one. 128.
Okay.
These one are some smaller. Some of
Yeah, this one is a 128. Okay.
Okay.
And this one is a
But what's the difference? Why is some smaller and some bigger? Does it make any difference?
Yes, because you can see economically wise, this one cannot contain more seeds, and it also contain more cocoa peat compared to this one.
So this is better.
This one is better.
All
Do,
right.
do you use different, are these for different crops and these for different
No,
crops, or you
no.
can plant any?
All right. Pascal, where do we go next?
So today we transplanted some
tomato. Yeah. So this is a tomato that we are doing some trial with Kabi. So we just transplanted them today. And each in each small tunnels we have 450 what do you call it? Mediums. Yeah. No, 450. This next. Everything. Yeah.
So we have tomato, we have varieties of so they are ready for transplant.
How long would they be? How long would they be in the nursery before you move them to their main?
Okay, it depends. You can see pepper like this. It doesn't go very faster compared to cucumber and tomato. Okay. But for tomato, it's probably about 1 month to 1.5. 1.5 months.
Tomato.
It has to be yes. Then it has to be transplanted.
And it's ready to be transplanted. This is the greenhouse.
My boss taught us how we do the tray work at the other side. So after that, we carefully pick our seeds and plant them inside. So when we are done with that side, we bring it here. After here, pepper takes like 1 week before it starts germinating. Cucumber, some 2 days, some 3 days. So when you get
Tomatoes.
so tomatoes like 3 to 1 month, 3 weeks to 1 month. And when you look on the labels, you can see the day that we transplanted, we planted them. The pepper on the floor here is 9th of this month. So it's now germinating and it's up. And these ones, they are also there. So it depends on the variety and how fast they can be able to be ready for transplanting. So,
Okay.
And do you water?
yes, we water morning, afternoon. Sometimes afternoon, morning, evening.
Do you
That
apply
is
any
only-
chemical?
The only
Fertilizer?
we do our neem extracts here for the pests. So they are inside that bottle there. That's the only thing for the pests. We only use neem
Neem
extracts.
extracts.
Yes, please.
How about fertilizer?
Okay,
Fertilizer, no.
please let me add a little to it. We conduct a lot of research here. That is why
Please,
we have.
you are showing your back to the
Okay,
camera. Yes.
that is why we have our research and development officer here. We do a lot of trials. Currently, these tomato seedlings we are doing there is for Kabi trial. They want to know because there is this insect that usually attack tomato, tutor. Maybe I know some people who are into tomato knows it. It's tutor. So they have a biological agent or biological control method. They have an insect that feed on the tutor. So this particular one is going to be used for that particular trial. So it is going to use 10 of our tunnels. So you can see some of our tunnels are empty. They started the transplanting today and they have to make sure they finish today. So they are going to use Nesidiocoris. It's an insect that feed on the tutor. So they will introduce it into the system using 4 tunnels. Then we use another 4 tunnels as a control. So for that one, we use our normal insect control method. Then we compare the yield and the effect on the tutor on them. So as we move with the supervisor, we're showing you the Kabi trial tunnels that we are currently undergoing.
Okay.
So that is what is happening here.
All right. Again, what do we have in this tent?
We have tomato. The variety is KSP 1724 F1.
Good name.
KSP. That's what they brought from India. It's from India.
The seed is from India.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what they're also using this for the trial.
Yes, we are using it for the trials. So we have to try it first and see if it's a good variety, a yielding variety before we use for the trials. So that's what we are doing.
Why don't you plant in the soil? Why are you planting in the
No,
sacks?
the only problem is about nematode infestation. And if you know it's a confined area, so if nematode it attacks, it will spoil everything.
So this soil is treated soil before you use?
Yeah, that's the cocoa pit.
Oh, that's a cocoa pit.
Yes,
Okay,
we don't
okay, all
spoil
right,
it.
okay.
So why are you not allowing us inside?
That's
No, because you carry pathogens.
pathogen.
We are carrying pathogen.
Yes.
Well, did you see pathogen on my shoe?
Yeah.
So when you are okay.
So your greenhouses, are they temperature controlled?
No.
Okay. All right.
So what is controlled in the greenhouse? Because a greenhouse is it's an environment where you can control most of the factors. So what factors are you controlling?
It's about minimizing pest infestation and others.
See where?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The rest is natural.
Yeah.
All right.
Mostly for plants, it's only pests and maybe fungal infection and then that mostly destroy plants. That's what.
All right.
Yeah.
What are these? I see you. These blue tanks. What are they for?
Okay. These are the fertigation tanks. This one we call it fertigation and irrigation.
Please turn
tank.
yourself on my camera. Wait. Okay. What is the purpose of this tank?
Okay, the purpose of this tank is, for the open field, sometimes they use hose and others to do watering, and sometimes watering can. But here, this is what you use here. We've connected it into the tunnel. Okay, so immediately you want to supply water or you want to apply fertilizer, we mix in this tank and we open the outlet and straightly it goes to the plant. So that's
You pour the fertilizer in the tank?
Yeah, we mix.
Mix it.
Okay, we do our calculation, we mix. This one is 1,000 liters, okay? So we do our calculation, the number of fertilizer we have to apply, the tunnel, and we mix it in a bucket. We fill the tank, 1,000 liters, we pour into it. It mix, we stir it inside, we open the outlet and it flows through the drips.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the water, is it borehole?
Yes, borehole. We even have one here. We saw one here. We have some boreholes.
Right.
Yeah, about 5 or more.
So I want to ask a question.
Yes.
For the greenhouse, we are still mentioning diseases and pests.
Yeah.
So why should I choose greenhouse and not the open field?
Yes, and the greenhouse, we need to choose the greenhouse. It's all year round cultivation. It's all year round. We don't have the major and minor season because we have irrigation. We have what's the name? Boreholes that supplies water all the time. Yeah, so
if I have borehole on the open field, I can do all year round.
Yeah, you can do all year.
Then I don't need a greenhouse.
No, because of that one pest control. Here, the pest and disease infestation comes in here.
So let's please take us through advantage of greenhouse over open field.
Okay.
And then we will be able to decide. Those of us our pocket is not. So
okay.
Please.
Okay, so the advantage is, as Madam said, if he has the borehole in open field, he can do all year round. It's true, but you cannot control most pests in the open field compared to the
greenhouse.
Sure.
Okay.
So it means you will still get pests, but it's limited.
It's limited. Okay. And immediately, if even the pest entered, and maybe you spray it there, they don't have anywhere to run. So at all costs, they are going to die.
No dodgings.
Why are all your greenhouses white? Because I've seen some black. I've been to some places I see black, and why is all of yours white?
That one, you see, for black tourism, we normally say black attracts heat. Right. Okay, and the green we don't have a temperature regulator around, so that's why we choose so that the sun intensity should not be all that distant for the.
All right.
Please, what is the cost of putting house one greenhouse?
The cost involved.
That's why, unless you ask my boss.
Okay, but the materials used for constructing the greenhouse, can I locally outsource them more or less? That one to you have been importing?
Yeah,
Somebody they be import.
I think because of the scale. Like if you are doing a smaller scale.
Okay.
These the welders can do.
They can do.
All right, thank you very much. So where are we moving now?
We have some habanero pepper here.
All right. Habanero pepper. You don't want pepper? Try again. Change the color for me. Hello.
These are pepper. Habanero peppers inside this greenhouse here. Because of pest control and others, we are not allowed to enter the greenhouse. So, standing outside to have the education.
All right, so shall we go?
Okay, we have habanero pepper here. Locally, we call it paposhito.
The real paposhito or the other one?
The paposhito.
The real one?
Yeah, sure.
The wrong one.
Okay, so the variety, this one is from Netherlands. Okay, the variety is Loleza, Aruzi.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Please, the water that you use to water,
irrigate.
is it the irrigation?
Yeah.
Are you mixing it with some nutrients or it's just normal water?
No, we give normal water, and if it is time to give nutrients, we mix with fertilizer. Yeah, that's what we do.
Use drip irrigation.
So we just
In
mix
that
the
blue
chemical
container.
in,
Yeah.
and then we just release and then.
So how often do you go inside?
Normally, the workers, for me, daily, because I have to come in and just see how the plants are doing. Maybe if there is disease infestation or pest infestation, then we see what to do about that. Yeah.
What are the precautions you take before you go inside?
Excuse me.
What are the precautions you take before you enter the greenhouse?
Okay, for here like that, we don't allow anybody to enter, only the staffs, because we sanitize ourselves before we enter. Okay, we have the PPEs and other sanitized boots and other things we sanitize before they enter to work.
Please, a space like this, what is the yield?
The yield for this one, I can say sometimes we can harvest like a ton. Yeah, sure. Harvest a ton per tunnel. Per tunnel. Yes. A ton per tunnel.
Using the cocoa
Someone is asking.
Okay. Using the cocoa pit, do you do weed control?
Sometimes you can. Stubborn weeds can, especially this in the this is Cyperus, especially the stubborn weed. Because you see, it's a bare floor, and we just laid, because of the weed control, we laid the rubber. But you know, Cyperus is a stubborn weed, so sometimes they just come out and penetrate to these things.
So the down is not something rubber?
Yeah, it's rubber.
So sometimes we just remove, when you see weeds, then you just remove them because we don't need them there. That is it.
Harvested about 7-8 months. Yeah, so that's why you are seeing.
No.
Going taller.
Maybe sometimes.
So what's the lifespan of this before it's
the
finally?
lifespan, now I can say about 7-8 months now. I think by 10 or 9 months you have to discard it. Because it will not produce
the
more.
The reason why currently we don't want visitors to also enter is that we are currently producing under organic system. The variety is called Beauregard. Beauregard. Okay. So, Sister was asking me, why did you plant it like this? This is what we call multiplication. We are doing multiplication. From here, we cut it to the food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We just need a vine. We don't need a potato.
Oh, okay.
Because now we are entering rainy season. So if during dry season, what the farmer is supposed to do is that we need to do multiplication. So that during the rainy season, you can cut from here to the food. So we'll go to the food. So this is called multiplication. I hope.
Yeah. Okay, please. Since you don't want the potato itself,
yeah.
How many weeks would the multiplication vines take before you finish cutting them?
This one it takes 2 weeks. Depending what you do.
Okay.
Because you have to be spraying every week so that you get a more vine to
move to the field itself.
To the food.
Okay.
Spraying with what?
Foliar, any foliar chemical that you have. Yeah.
All right.
Water everything.
Please,
Water everything.
please, what is foliar? Someone is
It's
asking.
like fertilizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is potato. And it's
Yeah, if you need a vine. That means you need a vine because you can't wait. You have to be fast.
Should I begin doing my multiplication vines so that I'll meet the main rains, then I cut and move?
January.
January. Okay.
You start multiplication in January.
Okay. All right. Any more questions before we proceed?
Yeah, and since you said it takes 2 weeks. So January, by February we should be transplanting, huh?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. If it takes 2 weeks, to go and transplant, because our farm is big. So let's assume that it's 2 weeks and we are seeing the vines and it's not raining. What you're supposed to do, you need to recut and go and do another multiplication. So at the rainy season you can get more vines.
Okay. All right. Any more questions here before we proceed? All right, Efo.
Potato side, what you see there is different from.
Please, can you be a bit faster?
what you see there is different from what is here. I told you people at that place we need only multiplication.
Yes,
but here we need a potato.
Okay.
That's why you can see the ridges. So this is how we do it. After planting, 1 week, you cross check. If it germinates, then you apply fertilizer. 1 week. Yeah.
How will you check it?
So you can see.
You go around, you see. This is not how it is before we transplant. Like you can see the leaves
like this.
It is like this. So you can see the leaves.
The drone is coming.
It will grow.
What are these white?
What you are seeing is fertilizer. Yeah. So after planting, if you want to apply the fertilizer, put it down, you recover it.
Okay.
Put it down, you recover it.
There's someone over.
Do you have fully organic produce here?
Yeah, we do. But it's separate from where we do.
Boss, okay. Sometimes some people use the single bed rather than this one. Yeah, rather than this one. And I want to know the difference with that than that of this one.
Okay, this is what we were taught. You understand? And that one, when you go, you see that how did they plant? They plant once. They plant once. But this one we are plant. At first, when we started, we have been doing it one. By time then we realized that no, we have big ridges. Why are we planting one? We should plant two. But when we started doing the harvesting, we get more. That's why you can see nobody plant potato like this. They plant only the middle. But we are doing two.
But are they bigger?
Yeah. There are things that you will do, then you get the results in terms of quantity.
But if I'm able to
Yeah.
Okay, boss. So is this the purple or the orange fresh?
This is the orange fresh, the birigard.
Sorry?
Birigard, orange fresh.
Okay.
It's different from the purple.
And he had a question that he didn't ask. He was asking about the quantity, the yield. How many bags or kilograms or tons do you get from? Yes.
Me, I'm not good in that, so maybe you
are not good in that.
Yeah.
So, but you say you know what you do, like what practices that this whole system ensure that you get big yield.
Okay, this is what we do. When you transplant after 1 week, you see that it germinates, you apply fertilizer. You will leave it maybe 1 month, then you start spraying. You can use foliar fertilizer, you can use the potassium. And one thing to make sure you control the weeds, very important. If you didn't control the weed, at the end of the day, you can't get the result. And you know, farming, the most difficult thing is the weeding. So this is what we do. Have you seen the middle? You can see that the weeds, some of the weeds are dying. Here we find it very difficult to get people to come and weed. So we have some stuff that we do. As we transplant, the weeds are coming. People have to come and weed, but we are not seeing them. So we use glyphosate to control, control the middle. But at the top, we use another chemical that control all the broad leaves. It controls only this one. The chemical controls only this one.
But it will not affect the.
It will not affect the potato.
What's the name?
No. I will give you the name. Yeah.
And please, on one ridge, what is the plant population? On one ridge.
Unless we ask that.
Okay. Mr. Agronomist, please, we need you here. The ridge. We are asking.
Is it also good for?
It is good, yeah. That one is perfect.
Because most pineapple farms.
Yeah. Because of the weed that they are doing.
So we want to know the plant population on one ridge.
Okay. It will depend on the length of the ridge. So we just have to count. So when you look at it, 20 centimeters. So if you have the length, you just divide it by 20. You just divide it by 20. I think an acre is about 18,000 or
18,500.
18,500 plants.
Okay.
That will cover an acre.
And when you harvest,
And when
It's 8 tons.
8 tons.
8 tons. No. That one.
you don't know what you're going to get. If you have some,
We are here.
Everybody in the vacation.
Yes.
All
And
right.
the 8 tons is not the highest you can get to. That is an average. It depending on your protocol. If you do it well, you get more than that. You see that we've lost some plant here.
Yes.
That means when we tell you maybe this plant will not be counted when we are harvesting. So if you make sure you get all your plants alive, you get more than what we are expecting. That is it. So planting in production, plant population is very key. If you get your plant population right, you get it. If you plant maize and you get 50% germination, and you are supposed to get maybe 10 bags per acre, definitely at the start you've lost half. You're going to get 5. So if you don't get good rain, you're going to lose again. So at the end, you get maybe 2 bags per acre, and you say you went to farming and it failed. Yes.
All right.
That is it.
Thank
So
you.
any more question about?
Can we cut and replant?
centimeters.
Like there will not be, the environment will not be conducive for it to be on the field till the planting season.
Okay.
It will be in the dry season and they will die.
Right. So we have to come back and buy another one.
It's because you cannot keep it.
All right.
You will not have it.
You can do irrigation. Right?
Please
Oh,
repeat
yes.
your question.
I'm asking, when I come to buy the vine from Marflet and I plant, if it's matured and I'm harvesting, can I cut the leaves, keep it and then replant again, or I have to come and buy fresh vine?
This is what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
After harvesting,
Right.
you can do your own multiplication in the house.
How?
You can cut it and go and plant and be watering it.
Ah.
Finish.
The irrigation you said.
Okay.
So, place a question. What's the maturity period for? How long?
How long?
3 months.
3 months.
12 weeks.
So this one that you planted, it will take 3 months before it's ready for harvest.
Please, which country do you export the potatoes to?
Portugal.
Portugal.
Portugal, Germany, Australia. And the Netherlands.
As for Netherlands, yeah.
They enjoy our food.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Peter, where do you go next?
We'll go to the
So about
The
cuttings
cassava.
here, like cassava and sweet potatoes, for that one because they are cuttings. When you cut from this plant and plant, it's the same thing. It doesn't change.
No step on the this, watch where the trellising ropes are.
It's called Turia.
What?
Turia.
Turia.
Yeah. Turia.
It's a species of what?
It's India's.
It is for use for
food.
India.
India's, yeah.
A vegetable.
They use it for. You can use it for stew.
It's in the mold.
Yeah, it's green long.
Very long.
Even you can use it. It's different from this.
Longer than
It's longer than the
Yeah, it's longer than cucumber.
it's in the market.
So why do you have the bamboo sticks all over? Sorry.
Because you cannot have it on the ground.
Okay.
So this is the best way you have to do. If the fruit start coming, you will see. But if it is the ground, the pest. That's
They will
what we
worry.
just, yeah, that's what we just hang it.
It's a
So
pest
mean the
control
harvesting, we just
method.
want cut.
So because it's for Indians, you export it to India.
Yeah, we export.
I see.
Oh no,
Ghana market.
it's not like.
Is there any market also that sells some here?
Yeah, when you go to Accra Mall, you will get some.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the maturity?
This one is 1.5 months. 1.5 months. Yeah.
That's about 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Then it's ready.
Even what we are seeing here, we didn't apply any fertilizer.
Okay.
As you can see, it's
It's maturing.
Do you nurse it before planting?
we don't know now. Yeah.
Direct planting. Okay. Please, any more question? Before we have a lot of things. Any more question about the Turia? Mr. Owusu?
No, please.
You don't want to plant Turia? All
Okay,
right.
we are done.
All right, so let's not step on the this, watch where the trellising ropes are.
It's called Turia.
What?
Turia.
Turia.
Turia. Yeah. Turia.
It's a species of what?
It's India's.
It is for
food.
India.
Indians, yeah.
A vegetable.
They use it for. You can use it for stew.
It's green.
Yeah, it's green, long.
Very long.
Everyone can use it. It's different from this.
It's longer than the
Yeah, it's longer than cucumber.
It's in the market.
So why do you have the bamboo sticks all over? Sorry.
Because you cannot have this on the ground.
Okay.
So this is the best way you have to do. If the fruit start coming, you will see. But if it is the ground, the pest. That's
They will
what we
worry.
just, yeah, that's why we just hang it.
It's a
So
pest
mean the
control
harvesting, we
method.
just want cut.
So because it's for Indians, you export it to India.
Yeah, we export.
I see.
Ghana market.
Oh no, Ghana market.
It's not like
Is there any market also that sells some here?
yeah, when you go to Accra Mall, you will get some.
Okay. What's the maturity?
This one is 1.5 months. 1.5. Yeah.
That's about 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Then it's ready.
Even what we are seeing here, we didn't apply any fertilizer.
Okay.
But you can see it's
It's maturing.
Do you nurse it before planting?
We don't know now.
Direct planting. Okay. Please, any more question before we have a lot of things. Any more question about the Turia? Mr. Owusu? No. You don't want to plant Turia? All
Okay,
right.
we are done. Eh?
All right. So let's.
What bantu?
Scar bunch.
Sika.
You import?
We use it for curry.
No, the sticks.
This 1 year or 8 months?
8 months.
8 months.
Okay. Please, what time of the year is good for planting Sika bunch?
During the rainy season.
The start of it.
Okay. And what are some of the agronomy practices I should do to ensure, the big size that I want from the plant?
Okay. This one, if you want to plant, you make sure you didn't plant too deep.
Why?
Because at the end of the harvesting, you can get. You need to be. And if you are planting, you make sure you plant it slide.
I shouldn't do it.
No, it should not go down. Yeah.
This one, you don't plant it on ridges.
No. Yeah.
So why didn't you plant this one on ridges? Because the last time, I remember I came to the farm and you planted some cassavas on ridges.
Okay.
Why is this one on just the flat land?
The reason why we plant that one already is that place is a water lodge.
Okay. Okay.
And people normally say when you plant it on the ridges,
Yes.
when you are going to have it, you will get big. You will get big. It's not true. It's not true.
Okay. All right.
So I have a question. Do you process the leaves?
No.
You don't make any good use of the leaves.
Oh. You have use for it.
Okay.
But maybe in future we are thinking about bringing some livestock here. So maybe after harvesting, then we will collect the leaves and then feed them. So we are thinking about bringing a piggery here. So that is what we are trying, so that everything will be in a cycle.
Nothing will go waste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes, but not at all the time. And when it becomes the group is not that easy.
So I know cocoyam leaves. You have to, like my understanding is that cocoyam, you have to crop the cocoyam specifically for the leaves, because if you cut it, the cocoyam it affects the root. Is that the same for cassava? And therefore we can't eat the leaves if we want cassava? Or you don't know because you don't eat the leaves?
No. Okay. In science, I think the plants they prepare their food in the leaves. So when you are reducing this, you are reducing the rate of photosynthesis and it affects it. But for cassava, I think they don't take much of its leaves. So definitely it will affect it, but whether I'm not sure it's going to be significant unless you cut the whole plant. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cassava stable.
And that will be on one farm, or are you gonna utilize?
Right? I'm going to you are ready when you are ready.
Okay. Yes. This is called aubergine.
Garden eggs.
Yeah, garden eggs.
In the family of garden eggs, how many varieties do we have? I know the white one.
Yeah.
And then this one.
And the black one.
There's a black?
Yeah, there's a black one.
Ah.
It's more deeper than this one.
Okay. Okay.
So this one, this is how we started. From we do nursery.
Okay.
From nursery, we bring to the food.
Okay. So the aubergine versus the white one, which one do customers demand for more?
Both.
All moves.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this targeting the local market?
Yeah, this one from local market. We send it to shopping malls.
Like the shop
The
price?
shop, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see. What's the maturity this thing? How long does it take to mature and start bearing fruit after transplanting?
2 months.
2 months after transplanting. And how long will I harvest for before I need to discard the plant?
This one you can harvest for a year.
Hey!
Yeah. It depends on you. You can have, you see? Yeah, the irrigation. And sometimes you can, sometimes after, you see, this one we planted, that was January. Yeah. So we are harvesting how many?
We're in April now.
We're in April now.
And they are still flowers.
Yeah.
Still flowering.
They still have more weeks. Yes. So they are still growing.
Okay.
So
Any question about the aubergine, please?
I have a question.
All right.
So per acre, how many tons do you get when you harvest?
The aubergine gives us 4 to 5 tons per acre.
Over the period?
Yes. Over the growing period.
Okay.
During its lifespan, 4 to 5 tons per acre.
All right. Please, how many, that's my last question, how many times can I grow the same crop on the same land before replacing with a different crop?
It's normally not advisable.
That's what
To repeat it. Normally, when you continue that way, there's a disease buildup and also pest infestation. So normally you have to do crop rotation so that you'll be able to break the cycle of other pest and disease that are on the field.
So when I clear the aubergines, what's the next vegetable do you recommend?
You can plant, let's say, Habanero, the chili, maybe okra or something.
But if you have one land and you are producing only one crop, you can be planting it several times by making sure that you add maybe some manure to the soil during the plowing and others. But in case you have a land where you cultivate this thing, you have tomato, you have pepper, it is advisable to interchange them, to rotate them, so that the pest that can affect this will affect this. And you also bring the system where legumes will also be introduced, so that they can fix the nitrogen that this one has used back to the soil before you plant another aubergine.
Alaji, legume, like, break it down. Don't speak
like cowpea, soya beans, groundnut, and all those things. Those that are leguminous, they fix nitrogen into the soil. Example, the common one is what people call beans. Cowpea.
Now you are speaking there. Break down English.
Yes.
We are Transplanting Trust Ghana, and the farm is huge. Well, that's about 1,900 acres. And we've learned a lot of things, like a lot. For example, I didn't even know what is it cocoa petis. I just realized it's made from coconut. So that means nothing in the agri sector goes to waste. Like the farm is huge. We went to the greenhouse too. We saw how they did it. We were not allowed inside because they were put down. They showed us how they plant the seed before they transfer it to the greenhouse. We're not allowed inside because of pathogens. They were trying to protect the plant. Then we came to the open fields. We visited the potato. We visited the cassava. We went to the garden egg. Yeah, and then they basically enlightened us on what how they go about their farming, their planning, and how they export. I never knew Ghana was exporting to Portugal, South Korea. Like it's good. It means agri is getting somewhere in the country. So yeah, I like the experience.
So it means that why did you join this trip? I mean, are you interested?
Yeah,
in the agriculture
yeah,
production?
I'm an advocate for SDG 2, which is zero hunger.
Okay.
But apparently, I've had some few issues with my device, my current device. My old device got spoiled, so I can't log into my socials. But then the current device supports TikTok and then Snapchat, and I realized that most of the youth like videos. They're on TikTok, they're on Snapchat, they're on YouTube. So I said, why not? I can still join and learn a few things if I can also open accounts in those areas. Why not and then share my experiences? Because we need more youth in agri.
Yeah.
Now agri, we are cashing out. We are all
cashing out.
out.
Okay,
yeah.
so which region are we in now?
Well, this is the Volta region.
Volta.
Yes, we came to the Volta region today. Yeah, I even ate some, what's it, kaklo. Yes, so yeah. And then we have the bobobo. Oh, like the experience is nice. So they said we should come and dance bobobo.
Okay, so finally, if you can tell us your name.
Oh, my name is Karis Ajay London.
Oh, Karis, nice having you on Village Boy YouTube channel.
Thank you. And for my socials, Love Grows.
Love
But then as I said, yes, Love Grows on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, that's X, and also on LinkedIn. But
Okay.
as I said, it's been a while, but I'll still log into my account very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you too.